as I see them in longing. Oh, I told you to get the walking. We not finna hold y'all no longer though. We finna jump right into this Kantiana. Let's jump into a Ceddy Nash.
When your bell goes up, it's not good. People can paint it how they want to, but from $1 million to 2.5, damn. And this right here is and have
Tony Gaston is sick.
FA's $2.5 million bond. They raised it from the $1 million bond that we had seen, but also his co-defendant had sooner. This might actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of early fee-free overdraft and the build card and more. That's literally what it's designed for. Now, hear me out, because this might be a little controversial. Because some of y'all will go, and I understand your logic if you do. If you go, man, nah, Nash, because knowing California, they're going to drag their ass on that one. So he won't have trial for like
some years,
2-3 years, right?
Like,
so
it's crazy because California will drag their feet. Drag their feet when it comes to these situations.
This ain't gonna pick up steam for like 2 or 3 years, maybe even 4. Okay, so 2 to 4 years, you think maybe he could make maybe $200 and whatever $1,000 you need for him to make bond. I hear you, and I understand. But bro already used to doing jail time. And from the amount of people that decided this was the time to attack Ceddy Nash, he's well liked by everybody. We're talking every freaking body. So I'm saying to myself, if he raises the money, bro, if I'm already used to doing jail time and shit, and I'm cool, I ain't got nothing to worry about and all this shit, man, I'm going to be fair.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of took Ceddy Nash wrong for this, and I'll say this is Rich Trapper's words. These aren't Ceddy Nash's words. I don't get paid to promote or help Ceddy Nash. YouTube has a setting where you are allowed to upload a lot of you guys don't know this. I don't utilize this setting. I probably should utilize it, but it gives you an option to upload 2 to 3 thumbnails, also 2 to 3 titles. YouTube will automatically cycle those 3 titles and those 3 thumbnails over the course of X amount of hours. And what title and whatever thumbnail generates the most engagement is the one that YouTube will attach itself to. Ceddy Nash is kind of a victim of that. So he didn't change the title. YouTube does it automatically as a part of the A/B test service for thumbnails. I get where Ceddy Nash is looking crazy for the saying that, the Big U situation, saying that Young Ant allegedly took out Big U's son. However, that was taken out of context because the full clip shows Ceddy Nash was actually reading a comment, and then the comment said that. So he was responding to the comment, and then that response triggered him making the thumbnail with the title that went into one of 3 particular thumbnails and or titles to be picked by YouTube, and whichever one to generate the most viewership would be the one to be used mainly. I'm not taking an excuse. I'm not saying that he's right. I'm not saying that he's wrong. I'm just giving more understanding and more clarity to said situation. Now, with that information that you have now, comments, let me know what y'all think. I definitely paused on Ceddy Nash looking at me like, so what you gonna tell him, Rich?
I probably want the money from my lawyer. I want a top-ranked lawyer. Give me that $200,000 lawyer.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, all the shit about the businesses and all this stuff and he has and all that, well, we can't use that as collateral for him to get up out of there?
Hey, Jason Marshall, I got that Wi-Fi back. Look, I'm back in good connection.
Just saying. I heard shit about dispensaries, about this and about that and about this and about that. All right.
And I ain't going to say too much, but my nigga Jason Marshall, he a solid one. He a real one. You know what I'm saying? It's always a treat when real ones meet. You feel me? And when I pull up at Jason, when I pull up in that big thing and I hop out, I be trying to tell niggas, I ain't no little nigga, bro. I ain't no little nigga popping out that big ass whoopie wop. You feel me? So, that's a different story for a different day, though. Man, shout out to everybody out here enjoying vacations.
Now, here's where stories have to make sense, because we're going to read the TMZ article, and the TMZ article tells a complete different story than the story that has been out there. So as far as this shit go, I won't be doing any breaking news unless it comes with flat out paperwork that can shift or change perspective in any type of way. There's weird rumors that I don't like in Hefe.
So there it is right there. Ceddy Nash is clearing it all up. Moving forward, I'm not going to drop on nothing that doesn't come with actual paperwork because y'all making me seem like I don't like Young and Hefe. And Ceddy Nash is making it abundantly clear that he don't got no problem with Young and Hefe. You feel me?
Bruh, I've actually inboxed and chatted up with him about his YouTube channel and all of this shit, trying to help. So I get it.
You say, yeah, I thought a palm tree jumped out the front seat. Nah, niggas ain't no little ones, and then even deeper than that, Jason had found himself amongst, my constituents and my homies and all that kind of stuff. He had a good time. We'll just say that. He had a good time. And he now understands why I might be a little bit more aggressive than the average YouTuber. He was like, hey, you niggas over there are aggressive, bro. Yeah. And I'm the cool one. Them niggas is turned up. I'm the least aggressive. Them niggas is super extra out.
Where people want to say certain things, but that still ain't gonna make shit true. No, but let's get to this TMZ article. Roller exclusive. Y'all know how it go. No Jumper co-host and Hefe alleged murder victim died of blunt force trauma in parking lot. Carl Welch, the personal prosecutors claim No Jumper podcast host and Hefe murdered, died of blunt force trauma in a parking lot, TMZ has learned. Prosecutors filed legal documents formally charging Hefe, real name Maurice Shellman, and another man named Johnny Gray with Welch's murder. And the LA County Medical Examiner listed the cause of death and a few other details on their site. Prosecutors alleged the crime went down on or about January 31st of this year. And they also listed a series of previous charges for which Hefe was arrested, including robbery. We broke the story. Hefe was arrested by LAPD Elite Robbery Homicide Division and booked for felony murder. Hefe's co-host, Adam22, told us, and has been a great podcaster for the last year or so. And as far as I knew, he wasn't really in the streets like that anymore. So this was all a huge shock. Now, here's what needs to be said, just because people want to hear this shit. The whole shit when he killed Baby Huey, that ain't a thing. That was never a thing or any of that shit.
Hey, that's a real question. Has anyone asked why TMZ is covering the case of an internet content creator who got caught on the scene? Damn, I never thought about that. Why does TMZ care about this? Let me see something real quick.
I tried to get ahead of a story.
I'm going to be right back.
It didn't work. It failed. Shit ton of people called my phone. People got mad and all that shit. That's on me. I'll take that L. It is what it is on that one. But he had nothing to do with none of that shit. And for the most part, I'm not, unless, like I say, unless it's breaking news on certain shit, I just ain't going to be the one to sit up here and get ahead of that. Majority of the time, that should be right. That one right there, hell nah. But what I will say is this, right? The story we heard.
I went to go see if TMZ picked up the Brick Baby arrest, but they did. But is this as sensational as the Brick Baby arrest? I don't think so. This is not a slight at Young and Hefe in any way at all. But the Big U RICO indictment was national news. Big U was a national polarizing figure amongst the music industry and the entertainment industry. So it made sense for that, alongside with Brick Baby, to be picked up by TMZ. Why is TMZ invested in Young and Hefe? Unless somebody at the Jumper shot them the link. And that's quick little 1-2 step Kantiana. You feel me?
That can't be true. I'm not sorry for what I'm about to say here. We were told a story of it was a couple of people. Well, actually, the story could be true because that means that somebody told on them. But
and then, but no, see, here's the thing, though. Allegedly, TMZ texted Adam and was like, hey, when it comes down to this situation, we finna talk about Young and Hefe. Do you have any statements? And then Adam gave a statement. What the way like Adam reached out to TMZ, if TMZ reached out to him for
the way that is framed in that article is that Hefe and his homeboy beat the hell out of somebody and robbed him. The story we were told by his people was this. Hey, it was a DP gone wrong. He was just there and all this shit and everything. And it was like 3 or 4 other people that got arrested. Well, according to TMZ, whether they're right or they're wrong, we'll find out. So kind of, take this with a little grain of salt. According to TMZ, it was only Hefe and one other dude. So I don't know how to feel about this shit. Meaning, if what they said is true, if what the family said is true, we take the family at their word, they got blamed for some shit they didn't do. Both of them cats couldn't have did it. That's how that is. You have two innocent men who about to get fried because they homeboys ain't stepping up and like, yeah, that's our shit and all that.
But then, see, here's the thing, too. When it comes to a DP leading to an unalivement, it's very possible that everybody could have done it. One hit leads to 2 hits, leads to 3 hits, leads to 4 hits. Everybody's jumping in, doing their 1-2 step like Sierra, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 wookie bam, and boom, man down. Everybody who put a hand on that man or everybody who had a hand in hurting that man, blamable for the DP and for the unalivement.
And have a lawyer can argue manslaughter and bullshit gang politics because majority of gang politics is bullshit. Even everybody else know it's all about likability. So there's that part. But what if that ain't true? What if he actually did do this shit? Just saying. A kick to the head is blunt force trauma, by the way. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a DP gone wrong, how we know those two wasn't DP in the person? Normally, if a nigga fall, you ain't supposed to kick him. Plus, this shit get weirder and weirder every day. Location, 6916 Southwestern Ave, reporting district, 1243. Narrative, per Sergeant Navarro, 77th Street area, watch commander. Officers responded to the location for an assault with a deadly weapon call and were directed to the victim, male, black, 50 years old, who has sustained injuries. A witness advised officers that a suspect, male, black, no further description, armed with a knife, as well as an unknown number of additional suspects, no further description, had caused the victim's injuries. Los Angeles Fire Department responded and pronounced the victim deceased at scene. It is unknown if the victim is homeless, and it is unknown if this incident is gang-related. Robbery Homicide Division, South Bureau Section, is handling the investigation. L.A., Carl Welch, 51, died in a parking lot. Los Angeles County is reporting the death of a 51-year-old black male that occurred in a parking lot. The coroner's office identified the man as Carl Welch. Manner of death.
And it's crazy because this man is 51 years old. 51 years old.
Homicide. Cause of death, blunt force trauma. R.I.P. Carl Welch, January 31st, 2026. That little bit of detail further solidifies the fact that there's camera footage about this shit. Now, here's where things get a little odd. That camera footage could 100% make him innocent or 100% make him guilty. We don't know. If it was your friend, your brother, your cousin, your son, your nephew, and you reached out, because when I say we, not me, I've never spoken to Headface family at all, but from the people that they're talking to, they're saying DP got wrong. He was just there. He watched the shit happen. All of these things. All right.
And that's where the situation could be bad too, because in the state of California, if you're a witness to a DP, meaning that you're a part of the gang and you're only a witness to the DP because you're a part of the fraternity, they're going to say that you are a secondhand prospect to the situation, and you yourself could get hit with an unalivement as well too. It's very, very easy in the state of California to get hit with an unalivement by just being in the proximity of somebody committing a crime. Body loss or a life loss in the commission of a felony will always lead to you having that body.
Well, take them at their word, but they have footage of this shit. And not only do they have footage of this shit, it's seeming like normally it's a little internal war. Now, let me tell y'all something real quick. And anybody who want to be honest, gonna be honest. If you from a hood, you don't have to worry about quote unquote ops. You still got to worry about your homies too. And that's the most gang-banging shit I've ever heard in my life. That, his homeboys, his people, all of this shit. Because it saves from other people happen to be involved in this shit, aka other gangs. So that's the part of that video that I put out that nobody say. Where I say, man, I hope this shit is some internal bullshit. And I don't want to play that part, but it's fine. Well, Nash, how do you know it's internal bullshit? Well, OG hopped up and he had a whole lot of shit to say.
When it comes to this situation, man, we just have to make sure that we're doing things better and we're make sure that we're operating as adults. And the inability to operate as adults gets a lot of us in trouble coming out of the inner city. This is just a flu flammers and a skulldugger's and a larceny situation.
So, Lil Lowdown still on the live, huh? No candlelights, no funeral service to donate to, no victim of crime resources provided to his family, no concerns whatsoever. Oh, and no smut on him. He did not deserve that fate. Neither did the 4 others who trusted you since I've been back. 10 years. The handlers list is busy. I don't trust you, and you, her, him, and them. Let's get it on. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go March Madness. RIP Lil Lowdown. Yes, you should be outraged. You should have addressed issues and bring the best result for everyone before that shit. But you fools got that big homie LA energy and cats, and that is the cause of the downfall. RIP Carl, Lil Lowdown Welch, Big Spike, TS, L Mac, Mike, Tom, Camille, Baby Bugger, Red, Big Stony Boy. Wow, everything I was taught was a lie. And thank God
goodness gracious, this man started listening off of everybody.
I sense that shit. God damn. You from A-Train, bro. That
like this right here is a very diabolical little 1-2 step like Sierra. You from over there. Why are you so adamant about
8-3 killer energy amongst all the cliques and crews connected to 5 of these homies? And God told me to move out the way. May God have mercy on the land. May a new way ahead unveil from all the debris. Sad, sad, sad business. Active generals, you see your people in turmoil, yet you remain silent, yet promoting a lifestyle from afar. You pride yourself as a active general, but you have no words for them, no plan to bring stability and direction back to your people. Now all the past indiscretions and derelictions are about to play out on a national stage, especially the past 10 years since Big Spike. Everyone went silent about the things that mattered. St. Lives matters too. Well, St. Lives matter too. No meetings to establish a way ahead for your people, but instead you stand down and away from the issues, and yet everybody praised those old bent ass fingers you still tossing up at 50, 60 with no activity behind them, no leadership, no plan to resolve internal issues and save everyone from pending foul business, no plan to move.
And remember, all this is on social media. I didn't have to dig for this. I didn't have to go looking for this. I didn't have to do any of that. This is just on social media available.
Forward, nothing but self-service, selfishness, greed, envy, jealousy, and betrayal. But now the world about to put it all the secret indiscretions out on the screen. Sad business. Got to be a better way forward. May God bless you all in that addiction. Heartbreakers. RIP to the saints that looked up to see their lives being taken by the very people who bear the same mark. Prayers for the best resolve for all parties. Special.
So I'm going to throw this out here. People might cringe. Somebody might not fuck with it. Somebody might fuck with it. But it's a rumor, and it's like a stigma within Los Angeles. Oh, you're not a real 6-0 until you unalive a real, you unalive one and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't seem like this thought process and this logic is, just for the 6-0s. It seems like this is a pretty much overall way of gang banging. I don't see anything about this that says it's only for the 60s that operate this way, because here you have the A-Trade gangsters going into the exact same level of circumstances and the exact same level of conflict amongst their own constituents. So to me, I don't think that it's a gang problem. I don't think that's an A-Trade gangster problem. I don't think that it's a Rolling 60 problem. I think that it's a human problem. Whenever you have groups of humans that are in the spaces, there is always going to be some form of conflict amongst said groups.
So,
my opinion.
There y'all have it. No theories, no speculations, only things that people from there are saying and what news reports are saying and what the actual freaking LA County website is saying. I guess back to old school Nash, if y'all will. But I will say this. If what the police allege is the real reason, or not even real reason,
Shout out to Russ Payne Clips.
but if what the police allege actually holds up, who's going to be the first person to say that's foul, that's wrong? You know, I don't know if Buddy had kids or not, but he's old enough to be a grandpa in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So is anybody going to step up and call it out? If he gets found guilty, if it's emphatical proof, man, and Hefe tripped out, bro. You decided to put yourself in a situation where you DP'd somebody. Mind you, you are a part of a section, so you do got your OGs, and if they tell you what the hell, you know, whatever the hell and all this shit, it is what it is. But DPing a 51-year-old man is goddamn insane to me. 51 years old, bro. There should have been some 51-year-olds doing that shit, 40-year-olds, not youngins, and who knows who the hell was actually there. But they left out part of that in that police report. And
yeah, you don't know who's out there. It could have been some 16, 17-year-olds in there. It could have been some grown men in there. If the man that took the situation, lost his life in the situation was 51, you could imagine that it's all age ranges at that conference.
I think that's the part right there where the family is latching on, where we had to take them at their word for now and say, shit. And Hefe, bro, wrong place, wrong time, politics, bullshit. This stuff always mounts up at your door. And when it gets out, man, I'm finna be honest with what the fuck I'm about to say. I hope it gets the hell away from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on your young.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing for young Ant to do in this situation. God willing, he sees the streets. He just removes himself from everybody. I don't got nothing to do with none of you ninjas. Nothing to do with none of you ninjas at all.
It's focused on your people, and I mean family. If they can't come kick it with your kids on their birthday, because you're in a situation where you're losing money, they tarnishing the fuck out your name. I didn't help, my bad. I apologize for putting the homie name on your shit and everything like that. Wasn't supposed to be done. I'll take that L on the chin once again.
Okay, now look at Ceddy Nash, man. He apologized. He said that he was wrong. He should have put that name on you. He should have put that jacket on you. Ceddy Nash is apologizing. My man Hannibal 54689 says Ceddy Nash has no credibility. Hannibal 54689. Ceddy Nash is actually here taking accountability and apologizing and retracting his statement. Does that matter to anybody in the YouTube streets, or do we not care? Because he is retracting and he is taking responsibility for it. As of, right now, Ceddy Nash is saying like, hey, man, I shouldn't have did that. I was wrong. We still have yet to hear said response come from Flacco. But Ceddy Nash is making it clear, hey, I was wrong.
That's my apologies. It's my bad and all that. So, I will take that and say, shit, I fucked up. But he's missing out on a whole lot. Then, as I start thinking, as I'm writing this shit, he got to get out of jail. Because ain't no telling what the hell could happen in that jail. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. His own could turn on him and all this shit. Maybe the story that he's telling, that he's selling, they ain't buying. It could be some shit where his own get him the hell up out the way. So will he roll it up? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. He don't strike me as no buster, no mark, no bitch, or no nothing like that. But
unfortunately, those who are not busters, marks, or yitches in the county jail system, unfortunately, end up unalived. Because I'm not saying this is how many young I have, by no means. I'm not saying this at all. But what I'm saying is, typically speaking, in the streets, he who stands tall, he who stands proud, he who stands on business is typically the most dangerous and the most feared person within that said community. You feel me? So, God willing, you know what I'm saying, he can make it back to the streets where he can safely fight this case.
At a certain point in time, you better start planning your next steps when you get the hell out of here. Van Hefe is 100% innocent and was always just running this way, innocent till proven guilty, unless, I just know shit like Black Zach ass. That nigga ain't never getting out. He finna serve life. But when it come to this shit, bro, the streets fuck him, bro. If I'm Van Hefe, after this, and I get out, man, fuck these streets. Y'all just took parts of my life for some bullshit I participated in, because gangbanging is bullshit. Like, they's going to tell you that shit. I don't give a damn who it is. So you now have another chance of life. You land yourself in a cool position. You making money. You got multiple streams of income. Why the hell do you need to be around these cats? Like, listen, I think about moving back to California probably 3 or 4 times a year. I think about moving back to LA. I think about even moving back to SAC. But then I start thinking,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had my time in the A. I had my time in the South. I did my little 5 years. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I've been back and forth for 10. Man, it ain't no place like home, bro. I'm an LA baby. And I ain't saying nothing wrong or nothing right about anyone, but LA baby.
What am I gonna do? How am I gonna expand? I can't do the shit that I do out here in the South or in the West. Hell no. To the part where part of me say, fuck that shit. Meaning F being on the West Coast. Get the beaches and all that shit, the nice weather and all that. I don't smoke weed, so I don't give a shit about none of that bullshit. But I'm saying like this, what am I going to gain out here? Because you keep hanging around these places and these spaces where you making a lot of money. You got to look out for your homeboys. You got to put your people in position, because better to hire people like you to represent you than somebody who don't look like you representing you. So, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think is a smarter thing for Young and Hefe to take that money and get a lawyer and fight it from the jail? Or you think it's better for Young and Hefe to get that money, get back on the streets and get a cheaper lawyer?
But then it starts to become too much. You still got to go do street shit. You still got to go do hood activities. You still got to do all of that bullshit. For what? That man be 36 this year. 4 years, he'll be 40. By the time he beats this case, let's say he beats this case, he'll be 39, damn near 40 years old. And what to show for it? I don't know, man. It's shit like this, bro, where it's sad all around. It's sad that a 51-year-old man got to get his ass beat by his own homeboys.
Yeah, now that's crazy. Now, the fact that a 51-year-old man had to get whooped out by his own homeboys, that is absolutely barbonicles. That is barbonicles. Like, that's barbaric and barnacles. That's barbonicles.
That shit is sad.
That's barbonicles.
It's sad as hell that nobody realized, damn, bruh, y'all niggas need to chill the F out. They said somebody had a knife.
Broski, no comment.
Now, it don't really say whether the victim had a knife or not. Now, if he had a knife during the DP, bruh, man, shit, that's on him. I know y'all like, damn, that negates all. Yeah, nigga, because you can't have no knife. You can only have these. So you just fuck the rules off. But we'll see what happens, man. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this one, because there's only 2 things. Either he's innocent as hell or he's guilty as shit. One of the 2. It ain't no, either he participated or he didn't. Ain't no, he was just there watching and all that shit. Nah, bro. It ain't no, he just got a kick in and all that. They're not saying that.
But then, see, here's the situation. Even if all you did was participate by way of adding a kick, you are guilty of that body in the state of California. For sure. You're guilty of that body. You're for sure guilty of that body.
And part of this shit, too, why wouldn't the police just come out and say that shit? Why wouldn't they just charge him with what is that? What is that charge? Damn, I can't think of it right now. But basically, he's delaying the investigation, bro. Where he's messing up. Why wouldn't they just charge him for that? Like, why charge him? Why not charge him with accessory? You know what I'm saying? During or after the fact. Like, to me, these charges in particular, they scream a whole nother story. But we'll take his people at his word for now.
If you participated in any way, you get in charge, man. That all being said, man, Ceddy Nash, come get us out of here to the next one. Y'all know the deal, man. It's red dots to the left. You know the rest. We up out of here. We go home.